What's the best way to evaluate your body composition? I know a lot of people rely on weighing themselves at home and their bathroom scale, and they kind of look at their weight maybe from day to day or week to week to give themselves an assessment of basically how much they weigh and how healthy they might be. But you know, that scale doesn't really give you much information. If you really want to dive into your true body composition, meaning what percent body fat you have, how much muscle mass you have, what your bone density is like, you're going to need to do a more sort of advanced test. And the best way to do that is a DexaScan. That's D-E-X-A, DexaScan. It's basically an X-ray test that's done, and you can get them done anywhere, really, no matter where you live. It doesn't have to be prescribed by a doctor. There's no IV contrast needed. It's not done in a hospital. Usually it's done at a wellness center, or some gyms have them, or a physical therapy office. And basically it's an X-ray of your body. Takes about 5 to 10 minutes, and they'll send you your results in about an hour or two. And what it gives you is how much body fat you have, where you have the fat. In other words, is this subcutaneous fat, which is the fat you can pinch under your skin, or is it visceral fat? Visceral fat is the more dangerous fat. That's the deeper fat. Surrounds your organs, liver, pancreas, etc. And that's the dangerous fat. So it's good to know the difference between the two of those and where you have it. And also your muscle mass. How much muscle do you have on your upper body, your lower body, arms, legs, torso, and your percent body fat. And you know, where do you hold most of this fat? And it'll also break it down by your gender and your age and sort of rank you into certain quartiles. So you want to know, are you in the top 25%? Are you average for your age and for your gender? But really also it gives you bone density. You know, a lot of patients, they have no idea of how fragile or strong that their bones are. Because a DexaScan, it isn't the kind of test that your doctor is going to recommend to you. And it's unfortunate because it's a really easy, relatively inexpensive tool to screen for your body composition. Cost is about $50. And you know, I would recommend this to anyone really at any stage of their life, because it's going to give you so much more information than your regular bathroom scale. Because it's not so much how much you weigh, it's what you're composed of. You know, you could weigh 150 pounds and be, you know, 40% body fat, or you could weigh 150 pounds and be 20% body fat. So you really want to know what that number is, and most importantly, you can then begin to track any changes you're making, both in your nutrition program or your exercise program. So for example, if you're starting out and you say, well, I want to lose 15 pounds, most people when they say that, they want to lose 15 pounds of fat. So you could get a DexaScan, see what your baseline is, and then maybe repeat it in 3 to 6 months later after you've started, you know, your new diet. You know, you're reducing your calories, you're eating more protein, maybe you start a weight training program. It's going to just give you a lot more information to help keep you on track, because the scale is very misleading. If you're just relying on your bathroom scale and you see that your weight is going down, you see the numbers going down, that does not mean that you're just losing fat. You can be losing muscle along the way, especially if you're taking any weight loss injections like Ozempic, Tirzepatide, Mounjaro, etc. So I just want to introduce you to this concept of the DexaScan. And again, you can get these anywhere. I would just Google DexaScan near me, and you'll have several options pop up in a location near you. And if you get the results of it and you're interested in kind of knowing more about it, you can always email it to us, and I'm happy to take a look at it for you. But again, think about the DexaScan, especially as you get into the new year, or if you're starting a new diet or exercise program. It's going to give you a lot more information than any of those at-home scales, because they do have some that are okay. They're called bioimpedance scales, and it might give you a percent body fat, but those are highly inaccurate. You can use them to follow trends, perhaps, but they don't give you an accurate picture as the DexaScan does. So I hope that's helpful. You can always leave a comment or a question below, and I wish you good health.